As we have been reporting, the humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan is becoming more and more dire. And now that the winter season is here, about 1 million people, many of them Christians, face starvation and possible death from exposure to freezing temperatures. The Catholic nonprofit organization, the Vulnerable People Project, just launched a new initiative called Coal for Christmas. It aims to help families in Afghanistan stay warm as they await an opportunity to flee the Taliban-controlled country. And joining us now to discuss this as well as his experience in Afghanistan is Prince Wafa, former U.S. Army translator and Afghan Winter Manager for the Vulnerable People Project. Prince, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I want to talk about the Coal for Christmas project, but first, I want to talk about what led you to get involved with it and also your situation in Afghanistan.
Thank you so much for having me today here. If we go back for my involvement with the Vulnerable People Project, back when I was stuck in Afghanistan because of the problems we had there. So a friend of mine, a previous supervisor from the military named Jared Windop, he's a lieutenant colonel in National Guard. He saw Jason Jensen, the founder of this campaign, and he saw him on the TV there on your show. So thank you so much for that. And through that show, he contacted him, and we got contacted with the Jason Jensen with this Vulnerable People Project in Afghanistan. So when I was there, the situation was like unexpected, like everybody knows that, and being stuck there, not having enough financial help, nothing basically. The banks were closed. There was no financial institution running to be able to transfer money there. So Jason contacted me directly, and then they were able to send me financial help, like send me some money to be able to run my phone and then get contact with the government through that to be able to evacuate from Afghanistan.
No, that's so wonderful that you were able to get that help, and we're so happy to see that you're back home in the U.S. I want to go back during that time again, seeing the Taliban take over the country and then that chaotic U.S. withdrawal, and resulting in a number of people left behind, including yourself at the time. What went through your mind? What were you thinking during that time?
Well, during the time, everything was out of control. There was like miles of people waiting on the airport. There was no way you could get close to the gate. As someone like me and so many others like me that we served the U.S. military alongside to fight the people that they were on the ground and controlling. It was a very risky time for us to go and show as our passport, like, hey, we are U.S. citizens. We're trying to go to the airport. Everything was out of control. We didn't know what's going to happen tomorrow. There was no money left for any of us here to spend and then be prepared for that. So everything was I call it a chaos, but thank God and thanks everybody who was involved in this project and there's so many other projects like that, like Jason and the Vulnerable People Project, that helping people get out of Afghanistan, the people that they're eligible to come home, and the people that are in direct danger, especially our veterans, allies, and also our U.S. citizens back there.
Yeah, so many people doing such great work to help those in Afghanistan, including yourself. But, as we mentioned before, there's so many people there that are still suffering. Can you talk to us more about that, and also why this Coal for Christmas initiative is really so important?
Well, when I went to Afghanistan, I had one mission: to bring my wife home. And when I went there and I witnessed a lot of stuff in my eyes. Now I have a different mission to help people too. The same way I was desperately looking for help, and I got help from this project. Now I feel like I have a responsibility to help others the same way that I was getting help. So not even being more than a month in US. I came here on December 1st. Now we're able to help more than 3,000 people alongside with the help of the Vulnerable People Project. The people in Afghanistan, they're in very, very urgent, need of help. people selling their kids. They sell their kidneys for less than $2,000-3,000 to be able to feed their families. They're like most of those people. They helped with the U.S. government. They helped the government, the previous government there, and now they don't have a job, and they are just basically on the streets. This mission, this time will definitely help so many people to be able to survive. This is a life saving mission that I feel we're responsible. I am responsible as a human being and as someone that received the help from Vulnerable People Project in Afghanistan. No, that's my responsibility, I think, to help others as much as I can and trying to raise their voice to everybody that if they can, please step in and help this campaign, help to bring some warm clothes to kids in Afghanistan and bring at least the minimum stuff that they can eat. Like, for example, with $100 or less, they can feed a family of 5 for over a month.
And Prince, we probably have less than 30 seconds or so left, but really quickly, tell us how we can help.
If anyone hearing me there, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. We have a campaign going on right now, thegreatcampaign.org. This is the website. You can donate anything. Like you may not think your $5 or less than a $5, you can feed a family for 2 days. The kids, the women, and the men, they can get fed for 2 days for only $5. And so on, is starting from that. Like with $250, you can feed a family of 5 for like almost the whole winter. The clothing, the coal, the boots, fire, and anything. So if you guys can please help us during this project to be able to directly contact the real people, the real needy people in Afghanistan from the help of this project, that will be greatly appreciated.
Well, Prince, thank you for all that you're doing and everyone at the Vulnerable People Project. And again, we are so happy and grateful that you're back home again. Thank you again, Prince.
Thanks so much for having me here. Thank you.